Updates today on the Ricky Thornton Jr. SSI split, including what this means for the Lucas Championship fight. Plus, we'll jump back to a few things from the weekend and a lot more. Let's go. It's Tuesday, July 9th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. As expected last night at Lincoln Speedway for the FloRacing Night in America show, Ricky Thornton Jr. was indeed in attendance. He drove Steve Sheppard's 5S machine for the night, which was announced during the afternoon on Monday. Things started slow with RTJ only 20th of 22 cars in qualifying, and he finished 7th of 7 in heat number 2. He and that team, though, made some good adjustments come feature time, and he was able to hard charge his way from 20th on the grid to 7th at the end. The appearance kept RTJ in the mix for the Flo Series Championship, where he sits 3rd after 2 races. Out front, Jason Fager led early, and then it was all Bobby Pierce to the end. Career Flo Series win at number 6 for Pierce, and another nice payday following the go for 50 score on Saturday at Deer Creek. That win was worth 50 grand. Brandon Sheppard finished 2nd, and Jason Fager settled for 3rd. The Flo Series returns later this month with a July 24th stop at Fairbury. That leads into the Prairie Dirt Classic weekend for the World of Outlaws. And jumping back to Ricky Thornton Jr. and the SSI Motorsports split, following last night's action, we don't have any clarity on where RTJ could appear next. Kind of got the feeling that Steve Sheppard deal in the 5S was probably a one-night thing only. And we are headed into a very busy stretch for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series coming up with 8 races in 10 days. That includes 34 Tri-City and Wheatland this coming weekend, then Eagle next Monday, Shelby County Tuesday, and then right into the Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's the following Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. At the moment, Thornton has a 235-point lead over Jonathan Davenport in the standings and a nearly 700-point cushion to Mike Marlar in 5th for that final Lucas Chase spot. With so much racing coming up very quickly, Thornton doesn't have long to figure out a next ride. And even if it's a temporary deal and he isn't going to make features with that temporary deal, it would certainly buy him some time. And it would do that because of the way the Lucas points work. Every driver that appears in a Lucas race, they get 50 points just for showing up. And then say Thornton not making features, he's non-transfer in a B, he's going to get 25 points for that as well. RTJ wouldn't fall out of the top 4 for at least 4 races, and that would be given that Marlar won those 4 races and maximized his points at 250 per night. So it would likely be even more than 4 races, given the worst case scenario for Thornton. I would imagine, though, that a guy like him will have some options, though, and likely some decent options going forward. We'll obviously keep you posted here as things break and as we know more about what is coming for RTJ. As for the future on the SSI side and the now open seat left by RTJ's departure, nothing has been revealed as of yet. The team did not appear last night at Lincoln, and there was another curious, or maybe not so curious, absent last night as well. No Hudson O'Neal at Lincoln, even though the race was originally on his schedule at HudsonO'Neal.com. As of today, that race has been quietly removed from that schedule. If O'Neal is ultimately the guy for SSI, not racing last night would give that team and driver a few days this week to get things squared away before the Lucas show at 34 on Thursday. That would include swapping in O'Neal's seats and potentially some fresh graphics on that car. As others have talked about, and we mentioned yesterday, SSI team owner Todd Burns has been helping out O'Neal this season since the Rocket departure. That includes with things like engines and a truck and trailer. Anything is certainly possible, but based on conversations I've had and the chatter out there, I'd be surprised if Burns hired anyone else here. Huddy has drifted back to 6th in the Lucas standings since leaving Rocket and is currently 125 points out of that final chase spot. He has yet to lead laps in Lucas competition since moving to a Longhorn chassis, but has been finding some consistency as of late. 3 top 9 finishes at Lernerville and 10th at Muskingum County on Saturday. He's also won away from Lucas, including victories in his own car and with Kevin Rumley. If crew chief Anthony Burrows does stay with SSI, there is some question about that, I think. He and O'Neal could be a potent combination and a factor for the chase, with still some time to go before that final playoff cutoff. Plenty of moving pieces, though, still to figure out over the next several days, so stay tuned to this whole situation. We'll continue to update you as we know more. Getting back to a few notable things from this past weekend that I didn't get to on the Monday show. Anthony Macri did take down the PA Speedweek Championship. After that initial bad night at Williams Grove to start the week, Macri never again finished off the podium. That included 3 wins and the big cash at the second Grove race. Danny Dietrich, very solid all week, including winning the finale at Selinsgrove, but it just wasn't enough to keep up with Macri and all those podium runs. That's 2 PA Speedweek titles in a row for the Concrete Kid. The only other drivers to win during this season Speedweek were Logan Wagner and Logan Schuchart. You had Macri winning 3, Dietrich winning 3, Schuchart winning 2, and Logan Wagner winning that race at Port Royal. With the Summer Nationals, Tanner English won the Week 4 championship. We talked about that last week. And then the 5th and final week of the Hill Tour is this week. Tonight's race at Shady Hill already rained out, so Week 5 will start tomorrow at Hartford with Butler, Crystal, Oakshade, and Wayne County still to come. We'll see who's going to show up and race for that final week's championship. Whether Tyler Erb will be involved there, maybe more Tanner English, Jason Fager, some of those other guys that have been around all season. In Minnesota at Fairmont on Sunday, we did have a few World of Outlaws late model teams hit the XR Super Series show after Deer Creek. Ryan Gustin, the winner there over Brent Larson. Bobby Pierce there as well, but he DNF'd after some mechanical issues. And I was informed as well that the XR Super Series Championship will be determined by drivers' best 10 finishes. So those drivers that have missed races already or will in the future will still be in the thick of that title fight. XR is back July 21st at Clay County. And I was told as well that the XR Super Series started checking Droop again for the 2023 season, if you remember back to last week. Both USAC sprint car wins over the weekend at Lincoln Park went to Logan Seavey. He's now got 3 straight wins going back to Macon. Indiana Sprint Week next on the USAC National Sprint Car schedule. That is towards the end of the month of July. And then when things kick back off again, Seavey will take a 62-point lead over Brady Bacon back to Putnamville. CJ Leary still in the mix as well, while Dazen Persley has lost some ground in 4th. Starting tonight, the USAC Midgets are in the Midwest for 4 shows for Mid-American Midget Week. Tonight at Red Dirt, tomorrow at Mitchell County, and Friday and Saturday at Jefferson County. Through 8 races on the midget side, Dazen Persley leads the championship over Cannon McIntosh and Seavey. We'll see if Seavey can close that gap up. Remember, we're kind of keeping an eye on him here for that USAC Triple Crown this season. And if you're keeping up with the betting odds, Persley, the favorite tonight at Red Dirt, he is plus 250. You can watch racing live tonight over on Flow. Elsewhere tonight, the Super DIRTRACKR Series is back in action at Thunder Mountain Speedway. Matt Williamson has won 3 of the last 4 series races. He's taking control in the standings over Matt Sheppard and Anthony Perrego. Tonight's show honors Dale Plank and his 77 laps for $7,700 to win. DIRTCAR Sportsmen are also on the card. You can watch this one on Dirt Vision if you are not headed to the racetrack. Matt Sheppard still looking for that first Super DIRTCAR Series win of the season that pays points. He won a race at DIRTCAR Nationals at Volusia. Those are non-points events. Besides the races I have already mentioned, there are other options on the streaming services today, so make sure to hit up DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's updated every single day with the schedule. We even try and throw in when races get canceled just to keep you guys as informed as possible. That's a good daily stop on your trips around the internet. We'll call it good for there today. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.